Good evening, everyone. My name is Sandra Esenam and as always, I'm here for business. Inflation for the month of February has moved up to 9.2%. The change reflects a 0.2% increment from January's 9.0%. Acting government statistician David Combat attributed the rate to increase in prices of non-food items such as recreation, culture, and clothing, among others.
The February 2019 inflation rate of 9.8% is marginally higher than January's figure of 9%. Acting government statistician David Combat explains the monthly change rate of 1.0% was same as the rate in January.
In February 2019, the year-on-year inflation rate was 9.2% compared with the rate of 9% recorded in January 2019. The monthly change rate in February 2019 was 1%, which is the same as the change rate recorded for January 2019. In February 2019, the year-on-year inflation rate for imported items of 10.6% was 2 percentage points higher than that of locally produced items of 8.6%. The main price drivers for the non-food inflation rate were clothing and footwear, a rate of 13.3%, recreation and culture, a rate of 13.2%, transport with a rate of 12.8%, furnishing, household equipment and routine maintenance, a rate of 11.6%, and miscellaneous goods and services with a rate of 10%.
Meanwhile, in the regions Upper West, Bronga Half Western and Ashanti regions recorded inflation rates above the national average of 9.2%. The year-on-year non-food inflation for the month of February stood at 9.7%, whereas year-on-year food inflation rate was 8.1%. For Joy Business, Sheila Tamaklu.
Now, the Ghana cedi continued to depreciate fast against the dollar today. It traded 5 cedis 65 pesos. Now, joining me via Skype is Courage Buti of Data Bank for a conversation on the cedi. Thanks so much, Courage, for your time.
Yeah, good evening, and good evening to your listeners.
Courage, can you please speak up a little louder?
Yeah, very good evening to you and your listeners.
Right, so the cedi traded today 5 cedis 65 pesos, almost hitting 6 cedis. Is that alarming?
Well, we all know that at this rate, it's alarming. I mean, no polishing up of what is happening. Year to date, you're seeing about 10% or so depreciation just at the beginning or midway through March. We are a year to end the first quarter. And it's alarming. It's not like we've not seen this before. There have been trends like this in 2015, 2014. But given the development, the macroeconomy, and the discipline in fiscal management and the economic fundamentals that we've attained over the last 2 years, ordinarily we should be seeing this level of depreciation. So yeah, on that level, I would say alarming.
Right. So the finance minister is giving a week deadline for some stability, sort of. I'm sure it's because government plans to inject some $800 million we've been hearing. Will that be the ultimate solution to the city's performance?
Yeah. So there are problems. The issues are, of course, we know there are seasonal pressures which normally come up in the first quarter. The importers that establish letters of credit during the festive period now be settling those. Sentiment don't favor our market that much. So foreigners are repatriating, coupons are being repatriated and all of that. So those are playing a role. Then that added to speculation as people feel that, well, the currency is under pressure, let's hold some against probably our future dollar obligations. All of these are adding up to give you a trend. So what was needed was an injection of a sizable FX liquidity that can stem the tide and restore confidence. that would kill speculation in the first place and then restore confidence. That is a basis for stability going forward. And so what we need now is a sizable injection into the system. You realize the Bank of Ghana has been pumping so much from the beginning of the year because in their view, the demand is not effective. I mean, it's from speculators, it's frivolous demand. So you don't want to inject a lot of your reserve into stabilizing it and then probably make up yourself in times where pressures will mount proper. So government going out now, I think they announced an Eurobond today. They're on the road show starting from probably tomorrow. If the market conditions favor, they might issue a bond probably this week or somewhere the time I permit or the time becomes appropriate and the conditions become appropriate. In the meantime, they are doing a bridge financing of, I think I had 750 million as to get that much needed dollar liquidity now injected into the system to stabilize the CD against that Eurobond issuance that is pending.
Okay, thank you very much, Kari Buti, for your thoughts there. And that was Kari Buti, an economist with Data Bank. We still stay on issues with the CD, and this time be prepared to pay more for your breakfast. That is, if bread, it's actually or pastry is actually part of your menu. This is because flour users in the Ashanti region have served a notice that they will be increasing prices of their produce by 1 Ghana cedis across all board. But here in Accra, Albert Abisiu has been speaking to some bakers who have attributed the high cost of production to the persistent depreciation of the Ghana cedi.
The loaf of bread you buy for 5 cedis may soon increase to 6 cedis. Bread dealers in Accra are expecting price increases from Monday. According to some bakers, the increase is very obvious since most of the ingredients used in production have increased as a result of the city's depreciation. Some bakers at Kotobabi, a suburb of Accra, say prices of ingredients like margarine, flour, sugar, firewood and yeast have all gone up.
I have increased my bread because flour has also been increased. They said that wheat we use in baking the bread is imported. Therefore, the cedi depreciation has affected the import of wheat. After it has been processed into flour at Tema, they increase it as well. Though the other ingredients are being increased, it doesn't cause an increase in the price of bread until flour is increased. I use cooked margarine, which is imported. It has also been increased, but we bear the cost of the other ingredients.
Emilia Maika is the owner of Baby's Bakery at Kotobabi. She maintains she'll have to observe the market critically first to make any changes to either the price or size of the bread.
Before I increase, I'll speak to the customers first. Oh, this is how products has been increased, so I'm going to increase mine from this to that. Or even if not the increased, I'm going to reduce the size of the bread.
Another bread wholesaler, Ladia Nada, lamented customers complain a lot about the size, and this has affected her business.
The increase in the price of flour has affected the size of bread, and people are not willing to buy anymore. Some even complain about the size. But you see, that is not our fault. If the market is good, I can sell between 30 to 40 loaves of bread. But now I have reduced the quantity as a result of the increase.
They are appealing to government to help reduce cost of flour to facilitate the growth of their business. Some are even threatening to demonstrate if government does not intervene. Albert Abisiu's report for Joy Business.
All right, that's all for business for now.